Hey, thanks for checking out part 3 of my series of all of my different eyeshadow palettes. Today I'm going to be going through my remaining palettes. I have quite a few here, so this one's probably going to be a little bit longer compared to the other two, but I just didn't want to have to put out a fourth video on them. So we're going to start off with BH Cosmetics, and I have one of my very first palettes that I got when I first started getting into doing more makeup and getting out of my rut. So this is the Carli Babel palette, and this one is still around because it is such a good palette. You have a really large selection of colors. They're very pigmented. You have a wonderful selection of mattes and creams in here, and you can just get a lot of looks out of that. I just stuck my finger in something. And then they also give you some highlighting colors in here too for your face. So these are the colors that I have swatched. Love this. I use this a lot and I highly recommend it. And they do sell this at Ulta now, by the way, so you don't have to get it off BH Cosmetics website. But if you do shop at BH Cosmetics, don't forget that they do have their rebate from EBATES, so make sure that if you have not signed up for EBATES below, I have a link down below in the description box. Make sure you sign up for EBATES so you can get cash back on all your purchases. And this is one I recently picked up. It is their Gold Rush Eye and Cheek palette. Very pretty. I love how it sparkles there in the lights. And what's great about this is you get all of these eyeshadows and then you get some cheek colors. Oops. So you get a highlight, a blush, and then a bronzer highlighter color. It's got that kind of shimmery color to it there. That's your blush on my middle finger, and then the highlighters on my little finger there. But this is a great selection. You've got kind of this emerald green up here. You've got a purpley, see if I'm doing this right there. The gold's just a great selection of colors. So this is another one I highly recommend. And I also got their foil eyes. So if you love the foil colors, oh, this one's phenomenal. This will give you every kind of color you need. So you go from the cream colors into the plums and the purples to the yellows to the greens to the golds. You just have a little bit of everything in here. So watch this. And I'm going to do one swatch on everything. What should we do? Let's do this purple. That's one. That is insane. So if you love these jewel tone colors like this, or even just, let me do the other ones that aren't so much, a little more toned down. And there's some more toned down colors. But look at these. That is just stunning. That's going to give you great pops of colors. I wish I could get away with that blue. I really do. I think it would be so pretty, but I don't know. Maybe I just need to step outside my little comfort zone and give things like that a try, because that's where I kind of stop myself sometimes and just say, oh, I can't get away with that, but I don't even try it. So maybe that's what I should do a video on. So let me know if you have, if you think that's a good idea. If you'd like to see me do a video where I step outside my comfort zone and I do colors that I would not normally wear all over my face. Lipsticks, all those kinds of things. So let me know if you like that idea, and I would be happy to do something like that. All right, one more. Oh, actually, this is their blush palette and eyeshadow. So this one has blushes and eyeshadows inside, and there's 26 altogether. There are a few shimmers, but primarily you're going to have more matte colors in this one. And then you've got 5 pans of these blush colors across the top. And those are stunning as well. So here are the blush colors. So this is another great one that you can pick up. And again, these are so inexpensive. They have them on sale all the time too. But you can get them for well under like $15 probably. Don't quote me on that, but something like that. Then I have 3 Lorac palettes. So we're going to start with the small one. This is Dance Till Dawn. This is one I recently got. You do have a mirror inside. And this one has eyeshadows and highlighter and a blush color. These are more pastel type things, so these will be great colors for when spring comes up and you just want to do a very soft eye look. So that's another good one. I have the Mega Pro Mega palette, and this one's had a lot of use to it. So that is what the Pro Mega looks like. These are smaller pans. I'm actually missing my wisteria. Somehow that one popped out somewhere. And I loved that one, so I've lost it. So that's not a color, that's just the cardboard underneath. But, once again, it's got those colors I am drawn to, all the pinks and the peaches, and the burgundies and the browns. So, that is what it looks like. And then I have their Pro Mega 3. And it looks like so. Oh, Bellini. That's one of my favorite colors is the Bellini here, which is on my little finger. That one is a great lid color. There we go for these. So again, another palette that I highly recommend. All right, let's move on to Tarte. This is one of my all-time favorite palettes that I got, and it's probably because it is the very first one that I got from Sephora. My first time shopping there. Yes, I did not step inside a Sephora until I was in my 50s, so. And anyway, this is the Tarte Tartelette palette. These are the colors inside. They are all a matte shades, and they're a muted matte shades, so they blend out so well. But they're just very soft colors. So these are very good for doing your transition shades, just mixing and matching into other eyeshadows that you have if you kind of want to tone something down. But this one will always have a soft spot in my heart because it is my first high-end palette. The only thing I don't like is it does not open flat. So I wish it did, but hey, it works. Then I have the Tarte Poppy Picnic one. I don't know if they quite make this one or not anymore. I'll have to look. I haven't really paid attention to it. This one is just all neutrals with the blush in the center. So you get 6 eyeshadows. They're creams and browns. Very basic. And then you have this peachy shimmery shade for the blush. Hopefully you can kind of see how that's got a shimmer to it. But it does have, I'll kind of put some on my cheeks there. It ends up having a shimmer in the blush a little bit. Kind of blend that in a little better. So I would not wear that for just a standalone blush color, maybe just to put on the apples of your cheeks like I just did to kind of give things a little bit of a pop. Another one I liked, but it's one of those ones that's kind of fallen into the bottom drawer and I don't get it out as much anymore. Then I got the Tartelette Tease. I was really hoping for more from this one. I wasn't very impressed with it, to be quite honest. It's okay, it's just not, to me, enough different colors to give you a decent look. Everything kind of starts running together, except for this shade here, but they are so similar to each other that they kind of all become the same color when you get them on the lid. Does that make sense? When you blend them out, they all become the same color. So that one I would pass on. However, their Tarteist Pro To Go palette, and this is one I just picked up recently. I love this one. It's cute. It's got a total of 6 different shades. You've got the shimmers, you've got the mattes, you've got a little mirror inside, but they are just the perfect colors that you can do just a whole eye look out of these and actually get like 2 or 3 different looks out of them. So I highly recommend this one. This color, Dominate, that is just gorgeous. Here's Boss right there. So highly recommend that one. That one I found at the checkout line, you know, where you have to go through the little maze and they have everything there that you go, oh, I need that, I need that. This is one of those ones I had to pick up. Then I also recently got the Maneater palette. And this is another one that is okay. I feel like I have a lot of these colors already in other palettes, so I really could have done without picking this one up, but I wanted to give it a try. It has a cocoa smell to it too. But let me swatch a few of these. So again, you're getting into more neutral shades for this. So I have these in other palettes, but I still enjoy this palette. I have used it quite a few times. Now let's move on to, this is their Amazonian Clay eyeshadow palette. What did they call this one? High Performance Naturals? I can't remember. I don't really see the name. Anyway, this is the mother lode of eyeshadows in there. I looked at this and I thought, oh, this is going to be a great palette. I'm not happy with it. Once again, when you start getting into some of these colors, they start, I mean, that's 2 different colors right there. And they really look so similar to each other that when you start putting them on, they don't stand out from each other. So there's 4 different colors out of this palette, and to me they don't stand out from each other, so I don't feel like I can get a lot of depth or anything like that from the palette. This color down here called Giddy Up and Go, which looks, sorry, right here, which looks like a purple in real life. I'm sure it's coming off kind of brown there. Kind of is, but it's not what it looks like it's going to be. Now this one here, Illusion, that also looks like it would be purple, and it comes across on the monitor. It's looking purple, but it's very brown in real life. And it's got a lot of chunky glitter in it, so that one I would pass on. I just don't find myself picking it up at all, and I purposely put it away because I just knew I wasn't going to use it again. So for the money, there's better palettes out there that can give you those colors. Okay, I am finally down to the last 4 eyeshadow palettes. Yay! This one I did a video on where I had picked up a fake. And I got that fake off of wish.com. But this is the It Cosmetics, and it is the Naturally Pretty Romantics eyeshadow palette. I love the feel of this. It's velvety on the outside. You've got the magnetic clasp here in the front. You open it up, you have a nice large mirror. And then these are your colors. The thing is, I wouldn't use, I'm trying to do this upside down. I would not use the greens. The mystery one is a weirdish, blackish, brownish, greenish, olive-ish. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just a weird color to me. Some of these are just stunning, but other ones just have left me kind of in the dark. So this is not one I find myself reaching for, which is kind of sad. They are creamy. They are very easy to blend out. It's just the color selection for me is just not the right one. And I tend to be drawn towards the golds and the browns, the oranges, the burgundies, the pinks, things like that. So that's probably why this is not one of my favorites. I also picked up the Ciate London, the Chloe Morello palette. And this one is just gorgeous. yes, it has a lot of those same colors that I absolutely love in it, so that's probably why I love it so much. But when I find a palette with colors I know I'm going to wear, then I keep it out and I actually use it. So here are some of those swatched. Again, you have a great selection of the neutrals, I'm sorry, not the neutrals, the mattes and the shimmers, and a great mirror in here, and it's really cute because it's got the little flamingos too. Do you see those? So adorable. So that's another great one. And now we're going to get into Anastasia Beverly Hills, also known as ABH. So I do have, let's start off with the Master Palette by Morello. This one did come with a brush, which somehow has disappeared over time. I don't know what happened to it. It was a great brush, though. I really liked it. Again, it's my colors I love, except for this Claudia and Bronx. Those are two I've just never I've never used because I'm not a green person. I'm not the grayish, bluish colors either. So, but stunning. Absolutely stunning. Look at those. Oh. Oh. This makes me want to just go wash my face off right now and just do my eyes all over again. Get this one. It's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And do we need a drum roll? This one is the Modern Reticence palette. Same feel as the It Cosmetics one. We've got the velvety feel on the outside. There's my brush. This one I have kept the brush inside. I'm probably going to take it out before it falls out. But here are your colors inside there. Again, because I love the pinks and the oranges. This is just a great palette for me. There we go. Just gorgeous. So, I'm going to be honest with you, that's not all of them. I have a lot more, but they're just ones I don't use. There's some no-name brands. I've got a few more sitting back in here that I just ended up keeping and putting out for decoration because I just don't use them. So, and again, I didn't even go over my individual ones because I do have those. I have like a lot of the Makeup Geek. This is one of 5 of my Z palettes that I have those in. So I do have quite a bit of the individual pans. This is what I call my go-to one. So this one has my favorite colors that I know I use all the time in there. If I had to go on a trip, this would be the one I would grab and just throw in my suitcase because I know it would have everything I need in it. So favorite that way. But you should see my floor right now. I've made a mess in here, so I gotta put everything away. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found these videos helpful, seeing all of these different palettes kind of within a space of 3 different videos, and getting an idea of what everything looks like and how they kind of swatch. So if you have any questions on any of them, feel free to leave those down below. If you have any of these and you disagree with anything I said, feel free to leave that down below. If there's a palette I don't have and you think that I really need to go get it, and it's well worth the money for me to go get it, tell me about it. I'll be happy to check into it. No guarantees, but I'll be happy to check into it. So don't forget to subscribe. I have some other great videos coming up soon, so be on the lookout for those too. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to sign up for EBATES too so you can save money when you go and buy makeup as well. So until next time, bye-bye.